When I see a black man and one man, I think of strength, black empowerment we have within, building community development. Let's continue to build our own. Let's continue to stay strong. Motivation, no matter hate, no stopping. You just go. Listen up to Quan, John, and Queen P for giving us a voice. Speak up for what's yours and yell and make that noise. We are kings and we are queens. Melanated royalty, just getting started. Loving self, self and knowledge. Stack that wealth. Motivational motors, y'all.
Booyah! Back at you, Quan, John, and Motivation Motors. We have interesting discussions with black people who've overcome adversity and root to prosperity. Yeah, got my girl, Portia Mystique in the building. What up?
Hey.
Let's do it. Once again, it's been a few weeks, y'all. For our viewers, I apologize. Quan John is in the transition of moving his family to another geographical area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's more fitting for my children, and it's more how can I put it's safer. It's quieter. The people are friendlier. You know what I'm saying? And Quan John can keep a smile on his face, you know what I'm saying? So I can keep a smile on y'all faces. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? So big up, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? My Cash App is Motives 77. You know what I'm saying? The viewers out there, that want to, they want to donate to the Motivation Motors platform. You know what I'm saying? Your donations will be, I'll be very much obliged. They would help the evolution of the Motivation Motors podcast and the platform and what we do here. You know what I'm saying? So Motive 70, no, what is it? $ Motive 77. Hit us up for real. You know what I mean?
Help us out, y'all. Help us out.
What we're talking about. So I mentioned evolution, but we're gonna talk about another type of evolution. We're going to talk about the evolution of matrimony. And what does that mean? You might be saying to yourself, the evolution of matrimony, once you're married, you're married. Not right. Once you're married, you're not married. No. It's an evolution. It could be even a roller coaster. You understand at times. You know what I'm saying? So we got Miss Portia Mystique. She's been married to King James, coming up on 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? We got Quan John. Me and my wife have only been married for 5 years. However, we've been together as a unit for 16. We celebrate, we celebrate our day of meeting as our real anniversary. You understand?
Right.
The day we met, which was February 13th, 2005. Yeah, the day before Valentine's Day. I just told you, I was just looking at the Valentine's Day special. Crazy. Yeah, I lucked out by having it the day before.
You lucked out.
I lucked out for economic reasons, man. Damn. But yeah, so me and my wife we've been together for 16 years, and Portia Mystique has been with James for 2 on paper. So we definitely gonna have some type of maybe opposing thought processes on matrimony. So Portia Mystique, man, please, let me know why do you feel like when people are together, they should get married, or is just marriage just, something to do?
No, I don't think marriage is something to do. I can only speak from my perspective. I feel like I'm glad James and I got married, because if we had like a long engagement, or we just had no plans on even being engaged, just to being together, we would have had nothing to really solidify us, and we probably would have broken up. But because we decided to get married and we made vows, that meant we had to force ourselves to work through whatever issues. I feel like when you're just like boyfriend and girlfriend, it's like you kind of have that freedom to just be like, okay, we could just go, because there's nothing really, there are strings. What am I trying to say? Like, there's no glue there, really. I think you're trying to work towards that glue, and that glue is marriage. So when we got married, it was like, okay, yeah, we made these vows, we made promises to ourselves, we made promises to God. And so it's like, you have to work it out. For us, there's no such thing as divorce. But if we just boyfriend and girlfriend, yeah, okay, bye.
Say it. I didn't catch a part in there. You said there's no such thing as what?
I don't believe in divorce.
Woo! Woo-hoo!
I know.
Yeah. We have opposing opinions on the situation. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I agree with a few of the sprinkles of your soliloquy. I agree. Yeah, marriage, love, come together, get married, cool. But yeah, and you take your vows, but I think that comes without saying. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a relationship, you understand? First and foremost, I believe me and my wife, we had no plans of getting married. Okay. Let's just say that this is not something I'm just saying on the platform right now. If she was here, she would say we had no plans of getting married. My parents booked a trip to Jamaica one year, and they wanted us to come with them. Okay. They said, you want to come with us? We like, yeah, why not? And I was like, yo, you ain't get married out there? Just on a humble. She was like, yeah, just like that.
Oh my God.
So we did a destination marriage. So we had no plans of doing it at all, because I think me and my wife both agree that marriage is marriage is like. Marriage is like a funeral. You do it more for the people. You understand?
Right. No, that's a wedding.
No, the wedding. Sorry, wedding, marriage, they're synonymous. Now you get married,
No,
the wedding. No,
because I didn't have a wedding, but we're married.
You go back. Okay, you're right. So the marriage thing, basically, you're just including the federal government into your relationship. That's what you're doing. Okay? Yeah. And for insurance and tax purposes, that helps a lot. It helps a lot for insurance and tax purposes. You know what I'm saying? But for anything other than that, it's really, our relationship didn't change when we got married. See, that's what I'm saying. We're coming from two different ballparks. You and James, when you guys met, yada, 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 you got married. They've been married for 2 years. Me and Jim was together already for like 12 years before we even got married. So in our heart, in our minds, we were already
married. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. On paper, it could come down to, some decisions Jen or I would have to make as a husband or a wife. So that is the icebreaker. But so the second thing I wanted to point out, I do believe in divorce because I am legally divorced from my first wife. Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. Thank God. Why? She was the wrong person for me. And it's nothing wrong with that. So let's say, I'm not saying, you know what? I really think you and James are going to be together for the rest of your lives. That's my opinion. However, there are a number, hundreds, thousands, millions of people that are married to the wrong person. Yeah. And they just don't know it yet.
Let me specify.
So therefore, go ahead.
Just real quick. Okay. I don't believe in divorce for me. Though I have seen and I know individuals who I fully believe, okay, y'all should be done.
Right.
So, okay, go ahead.
Let's bring it back to you. Now, I'm going to bring it back to the forefront. I do, me personally, believe that you and James are meant for one another and you guys will be together forever. However, let's say you change or he change. What you going to do? Because I'm being real with you. See, that's why we're talking about the evolution of marriage. You are going to change individually. He is going to change individually. Now, is that going to come into a collective union? Because it happens. I changed during these last 16 years. Jenny changed. And it just so happened that our changes met one another. Right. Sometimes it does not meet one another. So that's what I'm saying. That's why marriage is definitely an evolution, because it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's like playing dice. It's not that trivial like playing dice. No, it's not playing dice, but it's kind of let's see what happens type thing. Yeah. It's kind of like raising your child. Yeah. When your child is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, you say, hey, I want my child to be a doctor, a lawyer. They're going to do this, do that. The child comes up and doesn't like school. Can't be no damn doctor or lawyer if you don't like school. You can't. Right. You understand? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have these aspirations for the union, but
It might not pan out.
Anything like, huh?
I said they might not pan out. Yeah.
Right, and it might not pan out. It might not be, and no, not even pan out. That's not the word I want to use. I'm going to use, it might not add up. It's not going to add up to exactly what you thought it was. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say that's good or bad. Right. But it will not. You have aspirations and dreams. Okay, this is what we want to be, and this is what I think we're going to do in 10 or 15 years. But it never adds up to that. Me and Jen never thought we were going to get married. I told you, we got married on a whim like that. Let's do it. Yeah, now she can say she's Mrs. Johnson. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But you want to know something? Let's be real. Marriage is about when you talk about marriage now, you talk about the economic status of both parties. Her saying that she's Mrs. Johnson really only means something because I got something. Right. Because of my resources. Let's be real. Come on. Let's go. Let's keep it all the way funky. If I was a bum, her being Mrs. Johnson means nothing. It means nothing. Because you know what? She inherits nothing because I have nothing.
So she can still have her name and it not amount to much.
Exactly. It means nothing. So as I'm saying, when you talk about marriage, now it's about who got money, right. Who got resources, who has something should the other party perish. Period. Right. Who has something that the other party will inherit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, and you want to know something? That's why people, I don't know. That's why people get married. I would say the more opulent people, right? They push the man to marry them. He has to be for security, man. Mm-hmm. Even women. It has nothing to do with your love. It don't got nothing to do with love, man. In my opinion.
You see, let me paint the picture of how James and I got married and why we got married. So the plan was never to get married. When I came to Nigeria, we were supposed to just kick it and see if we matched, if we hit it off. Right. But he ended up proposing to me the day that I got here. So that was crazy. And I was supposed to go back home that October. So I came in September. I was supposed to go home that October. But I just couldn't see myself leaving him knowing that we're engaged. Like, it was just killing me. Right. So we decided to go to his, because, in Nigeria, the family foundation is really important. Okay, so you have the patriarchy at the top, and you have to run everything by him, especially if you need advice. So my husband's father died. Yes, his father. But his father died. So that means the eldest brother, my husband's brother, my brother-in-law, he now becomes the patriarchy. So he has to make sure that everybody, and there's 7 of them, everybody is on page, everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, everybody's happy, everybody's comfortable. That's the eldest brother's job. So cool. James and I discussed me staying a little bit longer, maybe just for the foreseeable future until my visa runs out. We'll see what happens. So we had to run it by him. So we had a discussion kind of to get his permission. So we had a discussion, and
so that says he says no, I don't like Portia. James can't get married.
We weren't talking about marriage. We were just talking about me staying. We did not ask him to get married. It was just about me staying.
Permission to get married. I'm sorry. I think you said he needs his permission to get married. Sorry. No. I lost that.
I mean, I think he had already gotten that. That's why he proposed to me, because had they not been on board. Yeah.
So I want you to keep your point there. Keep the point going, because I have some questions about. So James is a grown man. He needed the permission of his eldest brother to get married.
Not really permission.
In their culture?
He had, he had to run it. No, not really permission.
Run it.
I guess.
Run it by.
But yes, he had to run it by him and see what he says. Because if he said, no, I don't really like her, I'm not digging her, I don't really like the situation, you guys don't seem right for each other, James could still be like, okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Right.
But because of the relationship, right. But the relationship they have, and my husband respects his brother, he also respects his opinion.
Absolutely.
So if
sounds good.
The eldest brother sees that something's not right, it's gonna make him do a double take and say, "What's wrong?"
That's true.
Wrong, you know?
Nothing wrong with that.
That's how
nothing wrong with that. You need that.
But that's not how it went, because I established my relationship with the eldest brother early on. Like, this was before I was even thinking about coming to Nigeria. Anyway, so we had to run it by him whether or not I was going to stay in Nigeria. And he ended up sitting us down and telling us why long engagements are not a good idea. So the only reason we got married when we did was because the oldest brother, because the oldest brother was like, yeah, you can stay, but if you're going to do that, I do not advise you going back to America.
Do it now.
And you leaving James here, and you two are separate, and y'all are engaged but not married. That's not a good look. Okay. That's not going to work. So you should get married to kind of solidify that bond, to say that but when I do go back home, that relationship is still very much intact. That he's walking around with a wig on. He's walking around as a married man.
I understand where you're coming from, but go ahead.
But and a lot of it came from his personal experience in marriage and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of what he was telling us wasn't just,
he's coming from his cultural background.
Yeah, and his personal experience in marriage.
And and that comes from culture. His personal experience as a, as a man married within the Nigerian culture.
Igbo, kind of specifically, because there's different cultures.
Right.
Igbo, IGBO, So, but even the experience he had really had nothing to do with culture, because he ended up having an experience outside of typical marriage in Igbo culture.
All right, so he had different things to,
Exactly. So he kind of gave us viewpoints of everything. Well, here's what you would do in Igbo culture, but here's what I dealt with. And so I'm just giving you this advice, and y'all can do whatever you want with it. So after we had the discussion with him, we talked, and we was like, okay, let's get married. So we got married back to something. But tax purposes, it is actually more frustrating for me tax-wise to be married to James legally, because he is not because he's not a U.S. resident, nor is he an immigrant, so he doesn't have to pay U.S. taxes. But I still have to file as married.
Stop there. I want you to stop there. Hold up, because you have just taught me something. So when James does migrate to the States, he does not have to pay U.S. taxes.
When he comes to the U.S., he does have to pay.
That's what I'm saying. When he migrates to the States, he does not have to pay U.S. taxes?
No.